Hey guys, so this is going to be a quick spontaneous video. A couple days ago I watched the latest video from Stumpy Nubs. He's one of my favorite woodworkers on YouTube. He has really valuable information if you're new to woodworking. There's lots you can learn from this guy. But anyways, in the last video I was talking about wearing jewelry in a workshop. Now I do realize that most guys don't wear decorative jewelry in a workshop, but you know what, you might wear a wedding ring. And in that case, the message still applies. You know, as older as I get, the more I realize how much dumb luck I had in the past. And it's not like that I'm any smarter now. It's more that with age, you start to feel your physical limitations and you feel your old injuries and scars. And they're just a constant reminder to be more careful. So Stumpy Nubs was pointing out how dangerous it can be to wear jewelry in a workshop. Something I never took too serious, to be honest, until I Googled the term degloving. Don't do it unless you want to lose your appetite for the rest of the day. The injury that can be caused by just getting hung up on your ring are just horrific. It peels off your skin and your meat, almost like you would remove a glove. Instead of a glove, you remove all your soft tissue, or even in the worst case, you just rip off your entire finger. There actually were multiple incidents in the past where I got damn close to that without even realizing. On one of my previous jobs, for example, I was responsible for removing the snow on a big ranch, and that meant operating a grader, front loaders, a dozer, a skid steer, like a lot of heavy equipment. And during those long 12-hour days, I would switch the machines quite frequently. And at some point you just get lazy and you start jumping down the last step or two from those really tall machines when you climb down. And I remember one time I just got hung up with my ring on the step of the grader and it nearly ripped off my finger. Something similar happened when just climbing down the ladder. Now, the obvious lesson here would be to just take it easy and don't rush things, but things still can happen. Now, you also could just take off the ring, but I learned from Stumpy Nubs there is actually an alternative. And that alternative is a silicone ring. Now, they are super cheap, they look cool. If you don't like this one, they come in a whole bunch of different styles. I paid $15 for all of them on Amazon, and there are many more variations available. You just have to shop around and pick something to your liking. Now they're super flexible and super stretchy, as you can see, therefore also very comfortable. And if you look really close, you can see all those grooves, and that helps a lot with sweating. That definitely was a problem with my old ring. And apparently electricians really like them because they're non-conductive, so there's less chance of getting zapped. Anyways, after seeing all those brutal pictures online, from now on I will wear the silicone ring instead of this flesh-peeling metal ring. But it's not only metal rings that can be dangerous, but also metal bracelets like this one. Can you imagine the horrific injury this would cause if you get hung up on that? It literally would rip off your entire hand. I actually made this bracelet myself back in the day when I was dental technician. So this is just a silver band, and this section here that locks it together is cobalt, chromium, molybdenum alloy. An alloy you would work with quite frequently as a dental technician, and I fused a little steel plate in place here with a laser. So I can use a magnet from the top to lock this in place. It almost looks like a seatbelt lock. But it turned out after a couple of weeks I lost the magnet and I just filled it up with resin to permanently lock it in place. So believe it or not, I have this on my wrist permanently since 15 years. So it's time to smarten up here and remove this. I hope I can use a drill to just a Dremel tool or something to carve out the resin, because I really don't want to cut through the silver. But we will see. Jesus. Oh God. Yeah, here you can see how it worked. Oh my God. You probably can't see this on camera, but the steel plate here became super thin over the years, and that's because of water and even sweat was corroding away the steel. I actually remember for the first couple of years I was wearing this, I had little brown spots every once in a while here from all the rust. Well, that's a thing of the past now. I got myself a bunch of silicone bracelets. Same thing as with the rings, super flexible, super stretchy, very cheap. I got a dozen of them for $10, and that is going to be my much safer replacement. We all had those moments in the past where we said, not in 1,000 years, this is going to happen to me. Well, and then it did anyways. Like if you work with any kind of tools or heavy equipment, or even if you just spend a lot of time outdoors, you should give this a serious thought. This kind of stuff happens more often than you think. There are literally thousands of examples online, and I bet you all of those guys thought this would never happen to them. Anyways, those are just my 2 cents to this topic. I'm gonna wrap it up at this point. I will be back pretty soon with a new video. Until then, stay safe, my friends.